What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconerizon for a preview. It's a pre-recorded one, not a live one. We're gonna, of course, discuss the Benfica game in the Champions League. Some things Allegri said, some things Danilo said. We're gonna go over those things, go into the lineup or the predicted lineup, and then we will, end up with a prediction. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe. Also, as I said, I think 2 days ago, the website is back up and running. So if you want to write articles or want to do like a weekly thing or just write news articles, opinions, whatever, DM me or the main account on Twitter and we can sort that out. It's very easy to do. That's why we created the site, basically, for others to write. That's how Justin and Julian came on, basically, because they start writing first. So if you want to do that, reach out. But yeah, let's get into the Benfica game. And it's already a must-win game. And it's not even the end of September. Like, it's midway September, almost tomorrow. And it's a must-win game. Now, some might say every game is a must-win game, but like, if you don't win tomorrow, let's say worst case scenario, you lose, you're probably not making it out of the group stages. That's a very likely thing to happen if you don't win tomorrow, if you lose tomorrow. Even if you pick up a point, that's a bad result tomorrow. You need to win, especially you lost against PSG. They won the first game. I know you still need to play the other teams. They need to play PSG, whatever. But you need to win. They are the direct rivals. You need to win. You cannot pick up a point and bank your hopes on going to Benfica and win, which you also need to do, by the way. But like, the pressure will be too much, in my opinion. So you need to win tomorrow. Like, there's no excuses. I mean, there are a lot of issues and deficiencies in the squad, but like, no excuses. I don't want to hear anything from Allegri, from the coach, like from the players. Nothing. You need to win that game tomorrow. I'm going to say it's as easy as that. It's not easy considering how we are playing. But like, it's as easy in terms of it's black and white. You need to win. If you don't win, you're in big trouble. And the pressure keeps on mounting, basically. And the pressure is, in my opinion, it's enormous at the moment for Allegri, on the team, on Allegri, just in general. I think the pressure is big time. It's on. The pressure is on. So usually going into the Champions League games, for me, it's like, it's not like time to relax, but like, it's something different compared to the league. Because the league for me is a lot of, how do you want to say that? Like, and it sounds weird, I want to say pressure because there are a lot of games, but like, it's like, but when you go to the Champions League, I'm always open-minded. I'm like, okay, what happens, you know? I want to win, but it's a different type of football. Like, it's not the league. Most teams play more openly. Even the smaller clubs, they tend to go for it because they have kind of nothing to lose at certain points. So I do like the Champions League for that reason. But this season, I'm not even seeing that. Like, usually we have like the Chelsea win, like out of nowhere, I don't see that at the moment. I don't see that team capable of doing that, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But let's go into some quotes, and I'll start off with Danilo's one, and I just picked this one because I laughed when he said that, and I will read it out. Not I'm laughing at him, but I will tell you why. He said, tomorrow we have to win the game. We have to be balanced, play an intelligent game with the only goal of winning. We know we have to improve and we have to do it quickly, starting with the next match. Now, I laughed when he said that because after the Fiorentina game, he said, we need to improve quickly and it needs to happen with the Salernitana game. Now, it's already shifting to the Benfica game. Like, he said that after the Fiorentina game, or after the PSG game. And it needs to happen from minute 1 against Salernitana. At halftime, we were 2-0 down. So he can keep saying those things. I think nobody, if people really believe that at this point still, surely now, people like the few who still believe that are like, yeah, this is bullshit. Like, they're, And for me, it's worrying that you don't hear anything. How do you want to say that? Anything. I don't like addressing the real issues. It's like a lot of buzz things, or like a lot of not sugarcoating, but like the problem is in the center, and they go full wide, full circle, whatever, full scream, and they are picking out things that are really important, like saying things that are way off the center, in my opinion. Just say what it is. Like starting with an X match, you said that after PSG game, it didn't happen, so nobody's gonna believe you. Like, yeah, it's obvious you need to improve, and it needs to happen today. But like, you already used that quote, and it didn't happen. Excuse me. So, not sure why you bring it up again. In my opinion, it's like when you said that, I laughed because I was like, you just said that a week ago, and it didn't happen. So yeah, that's that. Other than that, he didn't really say anything special. So we're gonna move on to Allegri's quotes. He said some things. He kept it kind of, I don't want to say that, not crazy today, like nothing chaotic or like where you're like, oh my god, what have you said now? In my opinion, like real big times. But he said, I always tell the boys, no one has to score 3 goals or save 3 goals. Everyone has to do their own simple things without overdoing it. Results are always achieved as a team. And that's what we said many times. Like, we're not a team at the moment, and that's why we're not picking up results. Like, if we are solid, I do think we will win games. Like, if we have a solid system as a team, we will win games. Like, I think that's obvious, but we don't have that. And it's like Bonucci said on the weekend, which I won't say praise, but like I said, like, finally said something without buzzwords. He basically said, like, it's not an individual thing, because if it were, it was easy to solve. It's a team thing, and that's why we're struggling. And it being a team thing comes down to one person. Let's be honest, it's Allegri. We can discuss quality. Salernitana have less quality, and they looked like a team. Like, it is what it is. Do they look like an amazing team? Nope. Nobody's saying that, because I saw people already discussing, oh, but they're still fighting relegation. I'm like, that's not the point. Like, they are a team within their I don't want to say that, within their resources, what they have. They look like a team. We don't. Like, we look completely off for what we should be looking at. We're not a team. We are not. And you hear that a lot now from players basically saying, it needs to come back, the mentality. And they talk about the mentality needs to change, all those things. That's coaching. Like, that's purely coaching, because I do believe we have a squad good enough to be top of the league at this moment in time. Like, I don't think that's crazy to say. Looking at how the league is going, we should be up there with the squad we have, but we're not. So yeah, let's move on. Then he's also said, we always have so much desire to do things, and that sometimes leads us to want to overdo it. The games are long. We have more than 90 minutes to win them, and we have to be patient and always play as a team. Again, the team, we don't play as a team. You can say that. The 90 minutes thing, I do believe, because we were 2-1 down and we were bopping the ball around in our own box for like 10, 15 minutes. So I do believe he actually sees it like, oh, it's 90 minutes, which is fine. But like, when you're 1-2 down away at home against Salernitana, it's not fine. Like, it's kind of panic mode, because we are not Juve of 2017 or 15, where you're like, yeah, we're down, but we're coming back. Like, surely we're going to create enough chances to turn it around. We are not that team. Like, we need urgency. Back then, I was like, if we don't do for 50 minutes anything, I'm like, yeah, the last 20 minutes, we will turn it on. Like, that's who we are. That's what we can do. We're not that team at the moment. So I'm not really sure about that approach. Also, like 90 minutes, when we go up 1-0, we usually sit back and we concede the game, and it kind of gets all messy. So that's also bad, I would say, like squad management, like management in general. So you can say about 90 minutes. We play 90 minutes, but the games feel like they're going on for like 180. Basically, at some point you're like, isn't it done yet? Because this is becoming very hard to watch, But yeah, I mean, again, the team thing, I don't think we're our team at the moment. But let's move on. Let's move on to... Okay. not his final quote. I still have one lined up about Benfica because we play Benfica. He said, each player must do his part. With simplicity, results are achieved by playing as a team. Again, the team thing. Even in difficulties. There are always difficult moments. They are part of football. But the important thing is to always do our own performance. So basically do your own thing. I agree that there are difficulties in football. Sometimes. Not every freaking game when you're Juventus. Like, that's a no-go. We have difficulties in almost every game we play. Like 90% of the games, that's a no-go. That's not okay. He can say that if he assumes that it's okay to struggle almost every game. That's not okay. And he can come out with, oh, it's competitive football. And yeah, although you know those things, like the professional footballers, they are, but they're way worse than you. You shouldn't be struggling against those teams every week almost. So yeah, it's part of football, but not part of 90 minutes week in, week out. Like, I'm sorry. And for a large part of the 90 minutes, like not 10 minutes getting pinned back, the opposition have a good moment. It's like stretches of games, like 30 minutes, a half, like 50 minutes. Like, it's crazy. It's not okay. And then like the first part of his quote, I'm like, I mean, like, those are like very, I don't want to say it, like very normal things to say. Like, it's not, how do you want to say that? Like, very like logical things. You're like, yeah, results are achieved by team. I get that, but we're not a team. And that's when journalists need to come up and say, then what is the issue? Why are you not looking at a team? Like, tell me that. And if he comes out saying it's a mentality thing, and the follow-up question should be, isn't that your job to install that mentality? Why is it not working after 1 year and 2 months? But these questions are not being asked by journalists. And that's why you get these kind of dull quotes that look alike every week. Like, you can basically copy paste quotes from previous weeks, and I can read it out now and nobody would have a clue that they were old quotes. I can go back in the first game of the season almost and reuse the same quotes and nobody would have a clue that I was actually using quotes for the Sassuolo game. Like, that's what it is now. And that's not because of him, because he's not getting challenged in the room with the presser. Like, you get some stupid ass questions, like not in depth, where you're like, you asked that last week, or he said that 2 questions ago. You asked him a question and you're gonna get the same answer again. I'm like, whatever, but like, it's dull. That's why the press conferences, I don't even usually I watch them. I just listen to them. Like, I don't watch them anymore. I just listen to them. Usually I sat down to watch it, and I'm not doing that anymore because they're boring, because it's copy paste. But I still do it because I need to tweet it out. But yeah, let's move on to, of course, the Benfica quote, because we play Benfica. He said, Benfica is an important European history, used to playing these games. They're an aggressive team coming from 11 wins. Tomorrow is not decisive, but important. You will have to play as a team, compact, again, play as a team. He said that so many times, this presser. Benfica are in a super form. Like, they won 11 games. I'm not going to lie and say I've watched a single minute of Benfica this season. Even last season. Like, I'm not going to lie here. So I haven't watched them. I should have watched them, but I didn't have the time this weekend. So it didn't happen. But 11 wins, I don't think you really need to watch them. If you have 11 wins out of 11 games, they played 2 knockout rounds to get in the group stage also. So keep that in mind. If you have 11 wins, you're a good team. And Benfica are always a good team. Like, they're there and about. They will cause teams problems. And we struggle. We struggle against Lyon, against Porto, against Villarreal. And I think Benfica is on a higher level than that Porto team, in my opinion. That Lyon team also. Maybe not. People can debate that. I believe so. If I look at some of the names. Also, that Lyon team was stacked, but like, they didn't play good football. And that Villarreal team, that's debatable, because I think Villarreal have some good players. Still unexcusable that we lost, but whatever. So they will come in and they will go for it. They're not gonna come to sit back, because they watch those games we played, because that's how they prepare. And they're like, if every team comes to the stadium and goes for it and, you know, has a legit shot and actually take points, why would they come in and sit back? They're going to come for us, I believe, from the get-go. They're not going to sit back because I think they know if we get at Juve early, we get the win or like we get the advantage, we're on a roll here. So I think it's going to be a very, very tough game. Not just because of Benfica's win streak, but also the way we are playing. It's not encouraging. Let's be completely honest. It's not. But it's a must-win game. So we need to win it some way. Because I saw a lot of people saying, I hope we lose, Allegri will get sacked. He will not get sacked. I will be absolutely shocked if Juve lose and he will get sacked after the Monza game, but it won't happen before, even if it's planned for him to get sacked. It's not gonna happen. And I still want to win games. I'm not gonna root for Juve to lose just because they're gonna sack Allegri. Because how is that really gonna help me? Because I don't believe also they're gonna sack him. That's why, maybe, But I'm not gonna root against an L. I want to win. And we go into the lineup on how we are looking to get that win, basically. It's reportedly a 3-5-2 now. Let's see what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Perin, Danilo, Bonucci, Bremer. I think Danilo is gonna play in a back three, based on the presser, because they were hyping up him playing as a center back, and he basically said, I love to play more as a center back than any other position, which is worrying. If you link that to the reports that he's gonna get a new deal, that means he's gonna get a new deal and be the center back, which is, for me, it's not good. But whatever, that's a discussion for another time. So it's the back three of Danilo, Bonucci, Bremer, back three, 5. Quadrado, Kostic as wingbacks. Then you have Mikani, Paredes, Miretti, and up top you have Milik and Vlahovic. There's no Locatelli, there's no Rabiot, there's no Alexandro, and Di Maria should be back on the bench, but I don't think he's gonna start them. But that team doesn't fill me with confidence for so many reasons, like Quadrado, Mikani. You know what I think about Mikani. I do like Milik the way he's playing, but looking at that team, I'm like, I don't see how that's gonna be an amazing performance. And not really all based on players, because those are the players we have, but just based on how our performances have been the last couple of weeks. It's not really filling me with confidence. I'm gonna be completely honest. Really quickly, Alexandro's out, and people might say, "Oh, that's a good thing." I'm gonna say, how is this happening? And how is the club and Allegri acting like this is normal? This is not normal. Like, this is absolutely not normal. And they can say, oh, it's normal. Injuries happen during season. They do, but not at this frequency. Not at this rate. Like, they come back, they're injured again. Like, what the hell is going on? Are you rushing them back? Yes. Is the training schedule wrong? Probably yes, because Dybala is injury-free now for some reason. So, it's very worrying. If you like Alexandro or don't, I don't think he is having the worst season. Like, he had worst season. It's not good, by the way. I'm not saying it's good, but like, he just came back and he's injured again. Oh, with the penalty. But then you read things, and he wasn't really fit. Again, rushing players back, like, it's a hot mess. And they can sit there and say, it's normal. It's not normal. And it's actually shocking. If you read reports, what the club pays, to recover injury players, it's actually ridiculous. And it's not normal. And the club is actually allowing that, which is even worse. I don't care if that's Allegri's guy. As a club, you should come in and say, you're going to change your whatever, fitness coach. I don't care what it is, because this is not good. We're losing millions. And it's like they're losing millions paying for injuries and stuff, paying wages for players who are not playing. Even Rabiot is out, who never gets injured. A serious club, and I'm gonna say serious because I don't feel we are serious at the moment. They should come in and say to Allegri, I don't care if that's your guy. This is not normal. You're gonna get help. We are bringing in a guy. Maybe you can choose, but this is the list of options. You make it work, because this is not normal. We're paying money for players who are not playing. It's ridiculous at this point. It's actually ridiculous. But whatever. That's the lineup. Let me know in the comments what you think about the lineup, and also give me your prediction. I've said I never predict a Juve loss on a stream. can say I have a feeling we will lose, and I've said that many times, but I won't say we're going to lose 5-0 on a stream. So I have a feeling we're not going to win tomorrow. I have a feeling I'm fearing the worst, to be honest, but I'm still going with a 2-1 win. And I'm going to say it's Milik and it's going to be McKennie that's going to score. But I'm not confident. I think we're not going to win. I just predict a win, because we need a win. We cannot afford to not win tomorrow. That's the only reason why I'm going with a win. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment, of the game, the lineup, your prediction, and what this game can mean, or could mean for Allegri's future, but also for us, this season, moving forward. This game is actually a lot of pressure, and he can say it's important, not decisive. It kind of is decisive. Excuse me. Mathematically, if you lose, you're still not out, but it's decisive for so many reasons. The feel-good factor, which is not there at the club, his future, the pressure, all those things. It's decisive. So let me know in the comments what you think. Please like the video. Again, if you want to ride for the side, whatever pieces you want, opinions, tactical things, whatever, just DM me or the main account on Twitter, and we can sort that out. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you back tomorrow after the game with a post-match live with Julian. And yeah, guys, have a good night. Ciao.